Local knowledge, hot tips from the field.
Built in 1926 by a member and a group of people that got together and wanted to have a golf course. And throughout the years, since that time, the golf course has had a few different architects come through and do various holes and changes over the years. The most significant, I think, would be William Langford. Came through when the interstate took some of our property away, and he did a handful of holes, which tended to be our strongest, most memorable holes here. I've been here since November of 2005. I was the assistant superintendent for Mr. Jerry Krashasky, who had been here for 37 years, and I took over as superintendent in September of 2011. When I was putting together my hiring plan for 2013, so over the winter prior to that season, I had really decided that I wanted to commit a couple positions on our crew that would be held and geared towards somebody that shows promise, that has the desire to better themselves, but is not in a very conducive place in their lives. Primarily the inner city of Milwaukee. I live in Milwaukee and I love my city dearly, and I wanted to do something to help it out. I luckily met a gentleman from an organization called Operation Dream that winter, and I told them what I wanted to do, and they were a great fit. They provide boys at Operation Dream with an area for them to survive. It's a place to be safe from the streets of their neighborhoods. And it's a place for them to grow, to be mentored, and to learn the life skills that they're going to need if they're ever going to better themselves or their families or their communities. So I figured, what a better place to do that than our crew, to introduce these boys, and we started the Diamonds in the Rough internship. The way we set this up is all winter we'll do mock interviews with boys in the program. And they'll come out and they'll spend a Saturday and we'll go over skills, what it takes to interview and what it takes to walk into a room and get a job. And those boys, they'll come back in late spring and they'll go through the actual interview with me. And that experience alone is huge. And you really see who wants to step up to the plate and who doesn't. And the boys that we choose are definitely ones that want to take that next step and want to learn and just soak everything up like it's a sponge, and that they do, that's for sure. We made a point to have them work with everybody on our crew, whether it be at the clubhouse or on the golf course. Everybody had their part in the young men's employment here. And it wasn't just to show how to work, it was the soft skills that they lacked as well. How do you talk to somebody? How do you have a conversation and look at somebody in the eye? How do you hold out your hand and shake somebody's hand? All of those little things that many of us take for granted, they needed to know. And by the time they got done that summer, they were a different person. And I'm faithful that they will go back to their communities and their families and have some of that rub off on their surroundings. We also found, and I didn't plan on it, it was a great benefit to our staff. A lot of our staff lives out in the suburbs here and don't get down to that side of town too often, if ever. So having the boys come out here and tell their story and expose us to what it is that they have to deal with in order to live and survive in that environment really made us realize how fortunate we are having these jobs and having all the little things that you have in life. And that has been a great benefit and a great humble thing for myself and the staff.